It's time for a coffee break, and we're starting with why people are starting to get Botox at a younger age than ever before.
All right, this I know, right? The perfect person to talk about that, the old guy sitting here. Dermatologists and other skincare professionals have recently noticed more people in their 20s and 30s going under the needle, even though they don't have. So, okay, so you don't have wrinkles, but you're taking something to prevent wrinkles.
Preventative.
It's preventative. Back in 2015, patients under 34 made up less than 20% of those getting Botox. Now it's nearly 30. That's not that big of a difference. 30%.
It's still a third of people in their 30s.
Yes,
right?
It is. 30% would be almost a third. Doctors have seen the benefits of early treatment, saying it keeps wrinkles from developing. Well, that would be helpful. And that those people may require fewer treatments when they're older. There isn't much research to back that up. Well, that might be one place where we want a study, since the real impact of prevention would only be visible 20 or 30 years later. So, preventative Botox.
Maybe just wear sunscreen instead.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's an option.
You know, and genetics play a role in all of this too. I think, you know, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I started developing those very big lines.
So like
in
11s,
between.
don't they call them 11s?
Yes,
or something?
and the genetically, I knew I was,
That's called working in news.
Well, I've got, would I have dashes? Are they hyphens?
But, you know, I tried everything in my late 20s, early 30s just to try to prevent it. Sunscreen wasn't going to help. It's genetically, I was going to have that happen, and eventually I ended up filling it in.
Well, we said it's 20 to 30 years later you see the results.
Yeah.
So
I'm just glad
you're just investing in your face. That's what you're doing.
Just do what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if you're 12.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Well, maybe not if you're 12.
Not when you're 12.
Maybe
Please don't do it if you're 12. So Dwayne Johnson has been pretty open about the challenges he's faced on his road to becoming a professional wrestler and an actor, and now he's opening up about his mental health. So The Rock revealed in a recent interview that he's gone through 3 pretty intense bouts of depression in his life. He said the first time was after he got injured playing football in high school. The second one was after he got divorced in 2008, but admitted he didn't know what depression was until it happened again years later. Johnson said knowing he was struggling with his mental health made all the difference because he was able to reach out for help. He went on to share more about his journey on Instagram and told fans having the courage to talk to someone is your superpower. And I love that it's The Rock talking about it. I mean, that's
the most masculine.
Exactly. And I grew up with brothers, and I feel like it's now we're finally having those conversations at 30. But when we were growing up, it was that whole, what was it, tough boys don't cry, and they couldn't show emotion. And now they're finally like, hey, I think we need to talk about this.
Well, and depression has real health impacts too. So if you don't talk about it, treat it, and deal with it, you're just going to cause other issues in your life.
He's the perfect guy too, because that's, you know, teenage boys, you know, look up to him, follow him. He runs the XFL. I mean, he's a dude. And for him to be able to say that, I think it will help a lot of people.
Yeah, me too. People who believe in astrology, have been leaning on it to learn more about themselves and how compatible they are with other people. But now they're also turning to the stars to figure out where to take their next trip.
Interesting.
You know what? Sometimes I can't make a decision, so this would help me. The demand for vacation plans to align with people's zodiac signs has gotten a number of astrologers into travel consulting. They're considering things like how the planets are aligned and what the purpose of a trip is.
Can you go to a different planet?
Well, not yet, but
eventually.
I think that's coming. To come up with these personalized travel plans. People that have gone through with it say that their astrologers often come up with ideas that make their trips more meaningful and help them break out of routines. The trend has picked up enough that some travel agencies and hotels have actually started providing personalized experience based on birth charts.
Interesting.
It's kind of fun. I feel like there are so many places I want to go on my list that I don't.
But if you knew that
You're not
going
turn to
one
this?
place would have better fortune later or give you more rest because your Venus is in Neptune and...
Yeah, but I just wouldn't want like them to recommend somewhere I've already been a bunch of times.
I don't think it made sense to you. Sold it.
No,
you
it
sold
doesn't
it.
make any sense. Don't unpack that at home.
It's a good idea,
Venus,
though. I'm sure a lot of
but
people
they're
are
so
into it.
But they're aligned.
And when you go on that vacation, there's some tips for packing because it can be a messy and stressful process, right? One TikTok user recently revealed her hack for knowing what's in your bag, and it resembles something that might remind you of Clueless.
Oh.
Such a classic.
It is. I love this movie.
Similar to how Cher aligns her catalogs her outfits in her closet, TikToker Morgan Riddle came up with a way of digitizing her outfits before she packs them in her suitcase. So to do this, she tries everything on, all the way down to the shoes and accessories. She takes a picture of it, copies the outline of it onto her notes app. I think
12 hours later.
I would cut out the outline part, but that she then categorizes her outfits based on what she's doing on the trip. And a bunch of people have started following this, trying it. They say it makes it a lot easier to keep track of what you pack and to wear it on vacation. I would actually love to have this. I just wouldn't like to actually do it. Like the process of cataloging it.
Yeah.
But it would be very convenient just to
be able to
pull them out.
You probably pack a lot less too, I would guess, because you know, sometimes when you're packing, you're just throwing like, oh, I've got these jeans and this top and whatever, and then you get to the place and you're like, why did I pack this?
Right, I didn't wear a cap for this.
Yoga pants the
Packing
whole
job
entire
is when
time.
you wear everything you
Yes.
packed maybe once.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
I wear yoga pants everywhere I go, so that's what I pack, baby, on a carry-on, and that's it.
Hey, if it's on vacation, your astrologer picked a yoga retreat, I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm gonna try it now, Jamie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kcal 9 is now Kcal News.
CBS News Los Angeles, your local news, streaming wherever, whenever.